I had a peanut butter sandwich
Okay.
at like 11:30 this morning. This is not an invitation.
Yes.
But were you and I to swap spit?
Okay. Sounds like an invitation.
How long do we have? How long
do I have?
Yeah, like do you die instantly? Like what is the situation?
I don't die instantly. It's more along the line.
I'm cutting there. It doesn't matter. I'm cutting there. Title sequence. Boom.
Hey.
All right, we're back. Bellhop Productions. Hear Me Out podcast.
You're not going to know the answer to that story. I'll tell you right
Quigley,
there.
Ryan Quigley, Ephraim Bernie. You know, I do want to hear it. So what is because you have severe allergies. And I want to hear.
I can laugh. You can't laugh at that.
I think I've known you long enough to be able to laugh at it.
I do have severe allergies. I'm allergic to all sorts of strange things. It's nuts.
I'm gonna look like such an asshole.
Yeah.
laughing.
Oh, you will.
Yeah.
It's allergic to all nuts. Eggs, but not when they're baked into things, and sesame seeds and mustard. Those are the big ones. There's a bunch of like other tertiary ones that are odd, but
aren't that bad.
But aren't that bad.
But if you were to kiss, Emily's your girlfriend.
Yeah,
the lovely Emily.
Emily.
If you want to be properly introduced to Emily, you ought to go back and listen to last week's podcast, our third.
And
podcast.
do it anyway. We need the views.
We really do. But if it's saliva,
this is a thing that I have done with all my previous girlfriends. Is that you have to
let's keep it PG-13.
PG-13. If they have if they eat peanuts or stuff like that, I make them brush their teeth before they can kiss me or anything like that.
Will brushing teeth really do much of anything? Or is it just a psychological?
It might be. It's also allergies. My allergies might also be a psychological thing because I don't really believe that I have them sometimes.
I'm into that.
No, but it's a lot of it is like if I were to be exposed to stuff, because I've accidentally, I don't want to say I've had nuts in my mouth.
This was all my plan.
Yeah, you got me
get
cornered
you to talk
here.
about how you have nuts in your mouth.
Yeah, I've accidentally had an almond in my mouth at one point, and nothing happened.
Accidentally had some nuts in your mouth.
So nothing happened. So it's like I don't know what the extent of my condition is. But I know what the idea is that you have 30 minutes to find out. If you eat peanuts.
But isn't that like throwing a witch, like in Salem, throwing a witch into the river?
Yeah. Oh, it's very much an arbitrary thing that someone just said, oh, well, you know. A nurse said it on the phone one time to me, and she's like, he would know in a half hour. And I've to this day, if I think I've eaten nuts, I start a timer on my phone. And if it gets to half hour, I'm like, whew, I'm okay.
Ooh, dodged a bullet on that one.
Dodged a bullet on that one.
Anyway,
you know. It's
I see.
Throat closes up, get high, start looking like a...
Right. Well, this was the educational portion of the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for listening. Again, we're back. I just wanted, before we get into it, we're 4 minutes into this podcast, roughly. Yeah. And we have 35 to go. Mm-hmm. I think I'm getting sick.
Oh. Maybe it was the peanut sandwich.
It could be. Mm-hmm. I feel a colony of bacteria developing right here in my throat. It hurts when I swallow.
Roanoke villagers.
We were talking about this
Virginia.
before.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, when your elbows get tired. Mm-hmm. Like I woke up this morning, I felt awful. And then I had a coffee and I was like, it's fine. Suck it up. And then I was like on traffic on the Van Wyck and I was like, yeah, no, I'm definitely sick. Mm. Yeah. So I don't know. I might.
How well do you handle getting sick?
As well as I handle everything poorly. I handle everything that comes with zero grace.
Okay.
So I'm a disaster when I'm sick. I either love being sick or I hate every second of it.
Why do you love being sick?
because if it gets me out of doing things I don't want to do,
I see.
then. Like when I was a kid,
like
I
coming here and recording.
Yeah, well, no, but you see, I find it annoying now because I enjoy doing this. This is fun for me.
Okay.
But so it's annoying that I don't have energy. Right. But also, it might have a seasonal depression component. Do you get seasonal depression?
Well, it's kind of hard to say because I'm depressed all year round.
Me too. But I feel like there's always a little layer of icing on top.
Like come the fall, I feel like we've kind of been programmed into this because to me, fall is the beginning of the year just because of school. Like that was the time that school started. So it's always like, to me, I'm like, fucking fall is around. I haven't done enough shit this year.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing that pops into my head. I do like fall. I like the weather, and I like the.
You like the weather?
I like the leaves.
I don't know if it's in my old age. I'm really not doing well with the cold. I'm really not doing well.
But it's not even really cold out. It's like hot.
That's why I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's a biological component. Because I'm really not doing well at all.
Okay.
I'm always wearing. I need to. You're gonna catch me in a shawl next episode. I'm always freezing.
Well,
like what is wrong with me?
It is interesting that you say that because one of the things that they ask you when you go check in with allergies, right?
Yeah.
The doctors will be like, "Is there a time of year where you feel like you're particularly bad, where the allergies get particularly worse?" And I've always just said, "It's always terrible." It's directly linked to my depression.
Well, there you go. But I did one of those allergy tests where they prick your arm with all the various
the archaic system.
all the various fluids, etc.
Yeah.
And then you get hives everywhere and you can't itch them, whatever. I did one of those and it told me that I was allergic to basically everything.
Yeah. But I think this is how, I've probably, if you know me, I've had this rant with you, but it is an archaic system where it's like, if your skin reacts to us poking you, you're allergic to it. But maybe it's just, you shouldn't be poking me with needles.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
It seems like, remember in Assassin's Creed, the guy selling leeches?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
They haven't changed much since then.
Well,
I don't think people really cared about people with allergies.
I made a joke about not liking Western medicine earlier today, but I think I'm on the same board as Western medicine. I think it's quite clever.
Oh, I'm this much away from being an anti-vaxxer.
Oh no, the camera's rolling. Oh, we're not gonna be able to edit that out. Oh Christ!
No, it's everybody who knows me. It's a joke, obviously. Vaccinate your children, people. But also,
it's too late.
Also,
the quote's been taken out of context.
Yeah,
you've been retweeted by President Trump.
They've done it. Is President Trump opposed to or against me being an anti-vaxxer?
I don't know, but he's retweeted it.
He just retweeted it.
He just retweeted it. I want to let's pivot because I feel like this is hitting a wall. Do you read?
No.
You ever read a book before?
No, I haven't read in a long time.
Because
even in school when I was supposed to be reading, I wasn't reading.
I skipped all the books in school.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't listen to any of those.
Yeah.
Listen. But I've gotten into my 20s, and I've realized that I'm difficult to hold a conversation with.
Okay.
Because I'm very stupid. I've got incredibly stupid over time. No, I really am. I don't know anything. Like there was an English class. I wasn't going to tell this story, but it just popped into my head.
Sure.
Where, there was a 5-page paper due this morning in college.
Yeah.
And I was up all night, literally, just stumbling through it because it was about some Greek myth that I didn't, some Odysseus thing that I didn't read. Okay. And so I stood up all night writing this paper that was definitely going to be bad.
Yeah.
And so the next morning I walk in, it was a 7:30 a.m. class. Robert Foreman, Professor Bob Foreman. People, St. John's people, if they're listening, they definitely know this guy. I was in his class. Mm-hmm. He's definitely not listening, but he accepted the papers, and then he was asking questions, and I don't remember the question that he asked.
Sure.
But I was so delirious, and he would like randomly pick on people and call you.
Okay, yeah.
And so he just randomly goes, Ryan, what would you say about this character? And my stupid brain, like how stupid I am.
Yeah.
I honestly said to him, he was more hearing.
What?
In my
More
stupid
hearing?
brain, he was so hearing. That's not even grammar. Like that grammatically, you can't even make sense of that. And because I was so tired, you know, when you're so tired and you can like hear your heartbeat in your head. I was so exhausted. I thought it was actually permissible for me to say something like that out loud in my stupid brain. And I said to this guy, he was more hearing. And the professor, bless his heart, he just looks at me and he goes, I don't know what that means. And he moves on. But that's how stupid I am. Last week we were shooting the podcast. During the halftime break, I went and got water. I came back in the room. I thought one of your cats was a raccoon. Honestly, I opened the door. I think it was either Ralph or John Stanley. Sure. I said, oh, raccoon. That was my honest brain working. My synapses.
Sure. But
raccoon.
You know, you just make quick fire decisions. You know, that's how we survived this long as human beings.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm especially stupid. So I've started reading.
Okay. Yes.
And so I've read maybe 3 books this year.
Yeah.
It's October now. That's not a good ratio.
It's more books than I've read in the last 3 years.
But anyway, I'm on this new book.
Uh-huh.
You ever read any Charles Dickens?
The Christmas Carol.
Right. I'm reading Great Expectations by Charles Dickens.
Okay. Why?
Because I picked it out of a bookshelf.
But that's not who is casually talking about Charles Dickens that you want to be like, I got to get in on that conversation.
You say this now, but just wait. Next room, our next big chance is going to be somebody discussing Charles Dickens' Great Expectations.
Okay.
But you see, the error of my ways is that I think the book sucks.
Oh,
it really
what
stinks.
What do you think sucks about it? It's Charles Dickens.
No, it's not. It's so wordy. It's not funny. There's no jokes. No jokes.
Well, I don't know maybe, I don't know. Christmas Carol is kind of funny. So maybe he was just off his game.
Not this one.
Yeah.
It's about this loser kid and his loser family. And this kid just stinks.
That's not like Grapes of Wrath, is it? It's not.
I don't think so. But anyway, it's made me stupider. It's taken. I'm just gonna be a stupid person.
You were like reading mystery novels at some point, weren't you?
I did. I read The Woman in the Window. The Woman in the Window. Again, I think it might be. It's slightly overrated. A movie's coming out with Amy Adams.
I like Amy Adams.
Yeah. No, it's gonna. It was a good enough story, but there were a lot of parts where I was like, come on, you're wasting my time.
You're wasting my time.
I don't know.
Well, that's kind of how I feel about books, is that I could watch a movie in 2 hours, get the whole story. Book's gonna take me longer. It's waste my time.
Right, but I've read that reading, it's like brushing your teeth.
Well,
it's like brushing your teeth for your brain.
So
it's like exercise
you're supposed
for
to
your
read
brain.
2 minutes before and after you wake up?
Well, like 30 minutes. But that's what they say. They
brush
say
your teeth for 30 minutes?
I sure do, especially after a peanut butter sandwich.
Thank you. Swap spit.
Just failed at whistling.
Oh.
But anyway, that was my struggle with reading. I was hoping to go on some discourse.
Look, I'm all about it. I don't read. I think I'm very impressed by people who do.
But I just want to make this very clear.
Mm.
I don't like reading. It's not fun. I don't understand how people like reading. It's
whenever I read a book, I like feel like I like wake up from a dream, and I'm like, I can't believe I just dreamed that I read a book. What a nightmare.
No, I mean, I'm so slow at it. Anyway, it's depressing me.
Mm.
But anyway, this was a special request.
Okay. Special request. Put it up on the bulletin board.
Special request.
Special request.
We'll take these. I have a friend.
And that's the end of special request.
I have a friend. He's been one of my best friends for going on 10 years now.
Okay.
I met him my first day of high school. His name is John Paul PUCCI. John Paul PUCCI.
Very close to my heart, this man.
Right?
Yes.
He's one of the most remarkable fellows that I've ever come across.
Mm-hmm.
He's absolutely absurd in every facet. You know what? I'm just going to...
Here's a picture of John.
I'm sure he's going to comment or something. He might even share this. I don't know. But John Paul PUCCI, he's a man. That's his actual name.
Mm-hmm.
John Paul PUCCI. Mm-hmm. I know him as PUCCI. it speaks for itself.
Speaks for itself.
And I kind of wanted to get your opinion on this because he requested that I mention him because he's given me so much material over the years.
Yes.
He wants to be mentioned in an episode of A Straight White Guilt.
Oh.
So we have to do that eventually.
Okay.
But John Paul Pucci, he eats pancakes, right? You ever have a pancake?
I really did not know where you were going with that.
He eats pancakes.
Okay. It's a sensible thing to do.
Right. But he just eats the middle bit. He doesn't eat the outside. He only likes eating the middle bit.
Why?
Because he's a child. Because he's an immature little.
Does he do that with pizza?
Imp.
An immature little imp.
Well, I don't think he ever orders an entire pizza for himself. I trust that he doesn't do that. Does he do that with pizza? You really took that step of logic? Does he do that with pizza? But the other, he has so many bizarre habits. He does that. With his French fries. I don't have much passion about this one. He'll have like a
where he'll do like the money shot all over it.
He'll do the golden shower of ketchup on his fries instead of just having a little dip area.
Yeah.
And that causes a lot of
No, I've seen that cause a lot of grief. For people.
Exactly.
I don't care too much.
But
about
the most
that.
egregious, you and I, we really don't have a dog in the race for this final one. But he refers.
He's Italian.
He's Italian. Exactly. Yeah. He refers to sauce as gravy. He refers to sauce as gravy.
So wait.
Like tomato sauce.
So he'll call it tomato gravy?
He won't include the tomato bit. That's what I'm saying. You and I we don't have a dog in the race.
Oh, I don't even understand. This is a foreign language to me. This is totally different than
tomato. Yeah, I know. So those are the three main.
So wait, no, like put it in a sentence.
Yeah.
This is spelling bee. John's up there. Pucci's up there.
Don't call him John. That's sacrilege.
Pucci's up there.
Yeah.
And somebody asks him to spell gravy, and he says, "Put it in a sentence." What is he going to? What is he going to be? What's he saying?
All right. Let me try and be my best Pucci impression. Your sister's ass. I'm gonna go on Sunday for Sunday gravy. That's my Pucci impression.
Okay, but what does that translate to?
He says your sister's ass a lot.
Yeah, but Sunday sauce is...
Sunday, yeah, like Sunday, Italian people, they always have dinner on Sunday. I told you I shouldn't talk about this.
Oh.
Italian people, allegedly, they like to gather on Sunday for a meal.
No, I get that.
And so, a lot of people will call tomato sauce
Sunday
tomato sauce.
Okay.
They don't call it Sunday sauce.
Well,
again, but he'll call that sauce gravy.
Okay.
And it caused a lot of tension.
It caused a
with
lot
the
of
people
tension
he
on
deals
the border.
with. On the border.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But what are your
on my thoughts on that?
Do you
No, I think look, I don't know. I don't want to say a negative thing about Pucci. I've never met him. He sounds like a great guy.
I encourage you to
Pucci
say
sounds like
negative
a great guy. I think he's a little misguided.
There you go, Pooch. Ephraim's thoughts. You're gonna meet Pucci.
I can't wait.
You're gonna meet all my friends.
I know that. I'm worried for you because of that. Because
yeah,
I don't think I mix well with others.
Neither do I. Yeah. But
we're going to Chesk's birthday party. Right?
We're going to Chesk's birthday party.
Happy birthday, Chesk. When this comes out, it'll be your birthday.
Well,
no, it won't.
No,
but,
no, it won't. We'll have a few more podcasts in between. But the other thing about Pucci, I hated Pucci for the first 2 years, because he was my.
Honest to God, it doesn't sound like you like him much more now.
No, I love that ridiculous person to death. I really do. I put some money down gambling. I don't know if I can put this in the podcast.
What's the second half of this story?
I hypothetically gambled.
Okay.
Is what I meant to say.
Yes.
With Monopoly dollars.
Okay.
And I put money on the on the Minnesota Twins to beat the Yankees.
Okay.
So that if the Minnesota Twins win, I at least I make like $25 or something.
Okay. Sure.
It's
sure.
It's nothing. But if the Yankees win, I say I'll happily pay $20 for the Yankees to win and move on to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing my Yankees hat, because they play.
It's a win-win scenario.
We're recording this on a Thursday. They play in the Bronx on what's the day after Thursday?
Friday?
On Friday. I told you I'm getting very sick.
Okay. Oh, this is not
man.
good.
Yeah, well.
This is not good at all.
All right.
This will be one of those episodes where Emily texts me and says, it was a slow one.
Well, what else is new? Well, perfect timing. We've just reached our 20-minute mark.
Okay.
Let's take our halftime break.
Let's take a halftime break, everybody. Bing, bing, bing.
Bell Out Productions, Hear Me Out Podcast. Ryan Quigley from Bernie. We'll be right back.
You're focused. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. We're back.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Do you know what that means?
I think it means Happy New Year. Just unbuttoned my pants.
Isn't it good?
Happy New Year, everybody.
New Year. Happy New Year. We were just talking about, I think we should bring it up because we were debating
the new Pokemon game.
The new Pokemon game, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield.
Because again, we're recording this on a Thursday,
and tomorrow we find out. It'll already be old news by the time this comes out.
But they're doing a really weird, interesting thing, right?
With the Gigantamax stuff and things like that.
Well, I was talking about how they're doing a 24-hour live stream.
Oh yeah.
They're doing a 24-hour live stream. Where if you have any interest in the news, you either have to wait 24 hours to Google everything.
Yeah.
Or you have to sit by a computer for 24 hours.
And I'm kind of wondering what on earth they're going to show us, because they're not going to show us any of the important stuff.
I don't know. I think they're going to be. I think that's what they're going to say. They're going to say, "Oh, there's going to be a really good one in hour 17."
Yeah, exactly.
That you have to tune into.
But it would be like watching somebody run around like the level that's supposed to maybe take you 30 minutes to get through for 24 hours. There's not enough stuff to do there.
Right, but I think they're going to this is my theory.
Yeah.
I think they're going to take one of the starters and level them up.
Okay.
From like level 5 to level 16 or whatever, so that it evolves.
And then it evolves.
I think that's what they're going to do.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean...
I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. It's only because it's Pokemon that they can get away with this.
Yeah.
What if we came out and said, we're doing a 24-hour live stream? We don't have that power. We can't do anything like that.
We have a 24-hour live stream, and here's the thing. If we are going to level up our straight white guilt.
And so... It's going to go from bad
to worse. If you watch all 24 hours, at the end of it, you will be disappointed.
Yeah. Oh boy. But you know, like that's what I'll come out and say it. I don't think the game's going to be good.
I worry, let's do this, huh? Because all the Pokemon folks, the Poketubers, as they say, they don't want to come out and say what we're all thinking. That, I don't know, the game's going to be good.
It doesn't look good. Why can't I just have 8 gym leaders and an Elite Four? Why can't it just be that?
You can't have that.
Now, I need to do challenges. I need to...
You got to go to Hawaii.
I got to go to Hawaii. Why? I mean, that was a fun game.
It was a fun game.
But only because the Pokemon were good. The new Pokemon were interesting.
Yeah.
That's the only reason
Salazzle.
why. Yeah, Salazzle. Fantastic Pokemon.
Fantastic
Crabominable.
Crabominable.
Fantastic Pokemon.
One of my favorite things.
Vikavolt.
Another great...
Vikavolt. Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, like... I'm not excited. I just want to see the starter evolutions. That's how I determine if the game is good.
Here's the thing. Nintendo, all you have to do to get everybody's money is make Score Bunny electric fire.
That's it.
That's it. It has always been so easy.
It's it. That's it. That's it. And honestly, first of all, no one's going to pick the grass one. You just have to make that big head lizard, whatever it is,
turn
the
it
water
into
one.
A cool dragon, or something like that.
Apparently, it's going to be the leaks say it's going to be a spy.
It's going to be a spy lizard.
Yeah, no, make it ghost or psychic or dark. Don't copy Aqua Ninja, but I mean, make it cool.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
and then the rest of the Pokemon could be bad. First of all, far-fetched evolution. That thing sucks. I'll come out and say it.
Yeah.
That thing sucks.
I'm hoping that he gets a different one because it's only for Sword. It's specific to Pokemon Sword. So there's probably going to be a specific one for Shield, and maybe that looks cooler. Like maybe he gets big wings. And covers himself.
But you see, even that if that's the Sword one, the Shield one's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has a big banana peel. Doesn't it look like a kind of like a big banana?
It looks stupid. Make it first of all, it's still like this really small bird. I I waited 10, 15 years for Farfetch to have a purpose, and you give me this small bird.
Oh, but he's got
small.
he's got one of those grins on his face, like he's gonna fuck your girlfriend.
This cheeky Farfetched. He looks exactly like Farfetch'd, except he's just painted white.
Yeah. No, it's very disappointing.
I can't begin. And then don't get me started on that stupid seagull that they released.
Ah, see,
that spits out fish.
See, I relate to that seagull because everybody's just as disappointed in me as they are in it. And I spit things out too.
Yeah, and I hate the Gigantamax thing.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not like. It's just Mega Evolution, except it's more complicated.
Yeah, I mean, listen, do you want to know how I've told you my theory about how they can make Gigantamax okay, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They need to come out with an actual 3D virtual reality amusement park or experience where it actually looks like Pokemon are fucking dueling.
Yeah.
And that is the only way they can bring it back. And I hope that's what they're trying to do.
Well, here's the thing. Like they have this cool new thing in it. We're getting really into the Pokemon thing. I don't know how interesting this is to anybody. But
who knows? We have no niche yet.
Yeah. They have this whole thing, like they have the wild part, right? Where you just walk around. You just walking around, you bump into Pokemon and they come up to you. It's not like anything they've ever done before.
Yeah.
Why not have it so you can actually move the Pokemon around in this big expansive area? Why do they have to be still? They're just like stationary. Why can't I control them? Why can't, if you have this?
So you want to be able to move the Pokemon left and right and forward and back.
Why not? If they're making them so big, I want a Godzilla fight. Why the fuck would I want anything else than that?
But you see,
if you're making it as big as that, make it so I can kick down trees and squish Farfetch.
But you see, I miss the strategy of Pokemon. I miss it being a numbers game, and I think it still is that.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. I don't know.
The Pokemon Go ruined everything.
That's a really hot take that I was too afraid to say, but I hate Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I think it ruined everything.
I really hate it. Maybe we're just too old for it.
I think we might be.
But I have people in my life,
people that like it,
that weren't even into Pokemon through and through growing up, but suddenly became
that like it,
huge Pokemon fans.
That's where the money is, right? Because it's not a game for people who like Pokemon.
Thank you. It's not. If I despise Pokemon Go. I did it for maybe 1 hour.
I was one of those really stupid people because I was in Nova Scotia when it came out.
What are you doing in Nova Scotia?
Because I was Gus's official guardian on the set of The Mist.
Watch Gus Birdie's The Mist.
Watch Gus The Mist.
She's gonna be a guest on the podcast soon.
Yeah, come on through, Gus. But I was a couple of days I was her guardian or whatever. Probably not. I was just hanging out. But she would be on set.
You were her guardian.
Exactly. Like what kind of? She is my guardian.
I'd rather have that fucking Farfetch guarding.
Exactly. And I was just walking around the seaport in Nova Scotia, catching Tentacool. And I was like, this is the life, eh?
This is the life, eh?
In a foreign land.
When in Nova Scotia.
When in Nova Scotia.
Do as the Nova Scotians do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think people could hear this car accident?
Oh, I think so.
That's happening outside?
I think that's what people are thinking right now. It's like, when are they going to address the car chase?
The gridlock. All right. So you know what?
Maybe we get into some segments?
I was just about to say, let's move on to web fishing with Ephraim.
With Ephraim. Let me just open this up. This is the boring part. You guys can skip through this. I'm going to text you a couple of links that I found, eh?
Please.
We're gonna love. We love these. Yeah, I wish I had something more interesting to.
Well, I mean, what is
riff on right now?
What is web fishing with Ephraim?
Web fishing with Ephraim, if you haven't remembered from the other ones, is I go through the best of clickbait that I can find, and we pull some up for some laughs, some giggles along the way at the stupid things that companies do to try and get us to look at it, huh?
Sure do.
So the thing I've just sent you, you got it right there?
I do.
This is I haven't read it. We'll put it on the thing right here. It's a picture of Sandra Bullock looking very, very normal. And then next to it is Sandra Bullock is gone. She will be missed by fans. Nobody ever thought this is how it would end for Sandra. Read more.
Did you click this?
I didn't click this.
I mean, I really want to click it.
I don't know where it is. This is a picture of it that I found.
Right. Because where do you think they're saying she went? Where do you think?
Because that's
she's
the thing,
gone?
right? I'm sure they're trying to make it sound like she died. But
Right.
the way they've worded it is that she's just gone.
She's gone. She's in space.
She's in space. In gravity.
In gravity. I hated that movie.
I didn't even bother watching it.
We're skewering a lot of shit.
Oh, and we have no right to. Have you seen the stuff we make?
I know, right? That's the actual point.
We have no right. But
where is
yeah,
Sandra?
I did not like. But I also don't like.
Wait,
Space
do you see
movies.
the comments?
What does it say?
Someone goes, "Where is Sandra going?" And then the second one is the best one. It's a guy that K underscore the guy 62 days ago. Fuck, I was just about to post this. He's upset that someone beat him to the punch.
I think he really does know where she went, though. All right.
Yeah.
Next one coming your way.
Yeah.
Let me send it off to you. I'm going to accidentally send this to my old manager.
You do that anyway. Yeah, all right, go ahead.
We're gonna put this one. This one is just a visual gag, so nobody who's listening is gonna get it. But we've got this guy. Looks like he was the cutest child star. Guess who he is? And if you can tell, he looks like one of the creatures from Spy Kids.
He's just this guy. His handsome looking face. It's
very
just his
handsome.
neck is massive. His neck is huge.
He looks like a chess piece or something like that. Like he looks like he's been like crafted by something. I really do actually enjoy. I think this man is very handsome. So,
but
my guess on who he is Macaulay Culkin.
One of the comments is, dude out here looking like Earthworm Jerry. Do you know who Earthworm Jerry is?
Idea.
I'll put up a picture of Earthworm Jerry right now.
I know
I don't
Earthworm Jim.
Do you?
Yeah, there's a video game Earthworm Jim.
Oh.
Earthworm Jerry. Anyway.
Is that it for you?
This is Web Fishing with Ephraim. Right here. I got my 5 minutes. Look, it's hard to find these things.
All right, now it's time for what Ryan did wrong this week. Eek, eek, eek.
Eek, eek, eek.
Anyway.
Eek, eek, eek is a good way to respond to this.
I've been dating my girlfriend Francesca for over 5.5 years, whatever. So I do a lot wrong. I'm a very difficult person. So I do a lot. Usually at least one thing wrong a week. This one, this was a good week for me. I didn't do a lot wrong.
Hey, not bad.
It was actually very difficult for her to come up with this one. But she said this. So on Saturday, I don't know what day we went. Last Saturday, we went to...
Had a surprise.
We went to... no, that wasn't it.
Oh.
She took me out for a surprise dinner. We went to an Indian restaurant.
Hey.
Scrumptious food.
Yeah.
I recommend it to everybody.
Very nice.
It was a nice surprise.
We'll put it in the description. The link to it. Go to this Indian restaurant.
Sure.
Yeah.
We went to an Oktoberfest. With a view of our friends, which was a great time. All they mean by Oktoberfest is they invite a lot of people to one place in Manhattan. They force the bartenders to wear like fake German garb,
fancy.
Yeah,
yes.
like little Lederhosen.
Lederhosen.
Exactly.
Joe
and
Biden.
then they wildly overcharge you for alcohol.
Yes,
that's all they do.
Yes.
when they say Oktoberfest. Still, nonetheless, it was a great time.
Great time.
We went at we got there about noon, and we got drunk, had a nice time, whatever. We came back to her house. It was like 5 in the evening, whatever.
Okay.
And so what do? I fall asleep in her bed because you know I'm a 22-year-old man.
You're allowed to do that.
I can make my own choices. I have the freedom to do so. And she's upset
that you fell asleep in her bed.
No. Well, more specifically, I sleep very weird. Like I don't sleep well. I'm constantly fidgeting and grabbing things and and moving and etc. It's something very violent within me. And so apparently I folded her pillow in half and slept on it wrong.
Oh.
And she's very upset.
Now it'll never go back.
Right. She says She says, I folded her favorite pillow in half when I was sleeping after Oktoberfest, and now it's all lumpy. Frowny face. And I had it perfectly shaped for my head to fit all comfy, and now it's lumpy. And I think it was you. So she's not even.
And I think it was you.
She's not even 100% sure that it's me.
Oh, she's gonna have to break out the detective tools.
Yeah, no, but I'm getting the flag for it. But yeah, no, I ruined her pillow.
I'm so sorry.
You ever ruined someone's pillow?
Well, I don't want to get into my personal life.
All right. Well, actually, we're even overtime. So
Are we overtime? Do we need to rush out of here?
Well, I mean, nobody's complained about it being too long. They've just complained about it existing at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into our final segment.
Our final segment.
For the first time, our final segment
hasn't
been
destroyed on it. Well, don't.
Well, I mean, I actually hope it happens now.
Very funny.
But now you're going to see me because we're going to improv a scene. We always like to close out the show with a little improv scene.
A little improv. Hey? All right, so let me know what you're doing.
We do that is I go on to Google.
Mm-hmm.
I blindly type something in. I press enter. Well,
you've turned on your light.
Yeah, exactly. That shows how blindly I've been doing it. I go like this. I type something in. Something. Okay.
This is always terrifying. I really don't know what it's going to be.
All right, something has come up.
Okay. It's not going to be a phone call now. I was just getting used to that.
No, I think it's still going to be a phone call.
Okay.
I might even cover up my face right now. All right, so here we go. I have a suggestion. I always put this. I've been putting the suggestion in the description below if you're curious about what it is.
Okay.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello.
Hi. No. Can I rent the car?
You've come to the right place, Ray. We've got you right here, Ray Romano.
That's right. My wife is mad at me.
Oh, well, fantastic.
I need to rent a car.
What kind of car can we get you, Ray?
Oh, one that my wife doesn't hate. Do you mind if I, what kind of cars do you have?
Oh, well, we've got a lot of different cars here, Ray. Let me tell you, we've got limousines. I don't know how many friends you have, probably not many. But
do you think the kids will like that?
The kids will probably like that. How many kids you got, Ray?
Let me go back and watch an episode.
You have to check with your.
I have to check
the lore.
I have to check the lore. I'm pretty sure that I know I definitely have twins. And then I might have like one extra daughter or something.
Great.
But I need space for Robert.
Great. Can I ask you where you're going? How far you're going? Because we can't give you a limousine that goes too far.
Yeah, no, we're visiting the set of Everybody Hates Chris.
Everybody Hates Chris.
Right.
Ah, very good.
We're gonna go beat them up for copying our name.
Okay. Well, in that case, you're probably.
My wife is mad at me. Sorry.
Everybody hates Chris. There you go. Exactly.
Including me.
Including you.
And my wife. Ma. Sorry about Sometimes
that.
I have to say those words every few minutes.
Exactly. Or the company gets mad at you.
Exactly.
Let me call you in. Well, I'm thinking what you want. If you want something with a lot of mileage, we're gonna give you a couple of tricycles tied together. Is that okay with you?
That's great. Do you think that you could fit the mammoth
twins
from Ice Age 2?
Oh, the mammoth comes with it as long as you are willing to put Scrat in for 15 minutes.
Okay, Ma, my wife is mad at me. Okay.
Well,
do you like those shorts with just that squirrel
with
rat?
With the Scrat?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's the Minions.
How about that sloth?
The sloth is great. Are they all coming with you to Everybody Hates Chris?
We're all gonna jump them.
It's gonna be
be
terrifying. Oh my god.
Chris Rock and Terry Crews.
Oh, Terry
Crews was on that show,
Terry
right?
Crews was on that show. I did not know.
Wasn't he? Am I going crazy?
I think you're thinking of Are We There Yet? The TV show starring Ephraim Bernie.
Oh, yeah, no, I heard he was good on that show.
Oh, he's very bad on that show.
I heard he has a bad YouTube channel now.
Oh, he does have a bad YouTube channel now, where you can actually see his clip from that show.
Yeah.
Now we gotta put that on the channel.
For people who might be listening to this phone call, they should all subscribe and like the video.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And follow us on Instagram.
That's a great idea, Ray.
At Bellhop Productions, I think it is.
At Bellhop, everybody hates Bellhop Productions.
My wife is telling me this.
Oh, you remind me a lot of my good friend Brian Quigley.
Oh, guy seems like a loser.
Oh, he is.
You've been paying attention to the news at all?
Oh, I have been.
What do you think about Joe Biden?
God damn it!
That's the show.
We got to get better at that.
I thought that was our best work.
Was that right? All right. Well, for all of us here at Ray Romano Podcasts, we're sending you on your way. Ephraim Burney, Ryan Quigley. I'm sure most of this will be cut. And you have yourself a good Sunday.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.